So, it's now Wednesday evening, and hurrah, we have a new radiator. So, as you can see, I've got a bit of painting to do, and some packaging to get rid of. That there, where am I pointing? There, is a pair of used knickers that were behind the radiator. How delightful is that? I came here straight from work, and the plumber was still here when I got here. He's so lovely. Just finishing up. So yeah, that's another problem sorted. So like I say, I need to paint that, and then I can crack on with laying the rest of the flooring. Fantastic. So I've just spent some time doing a general tidy and clean up. I filled the holes where the brackets for the old radiator had been, and given the walls its first coat of white paint, and where the old radiator had been covering it up. So now it's time to get a bit more flooring down. I will roll you into another time lapse. So you've seen everything that I've just done. I'm going to call it a night now because it's 20 to 9 and I want my dinner. I'll do a quick little flip round so you can see what it looks like as a full run through now. So there's actually a proper path of it the whole way through. So we're over halfway there now, which is nice. And we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packs left, which works out because I bought 16, and bear in mind that I just had to do the hallway as well. Obviously, we've got a little bit left to do in here, but I think that we should be fine, given that we've got the whole chimney breast to work round and the walls and whatnot. I was generous with my measurements. I took the measurements of both rooms, and I didn't allow for anything sort of bumping out into that. So obviously we've got the stairs that come out into it, we've got the understairs cupboard, we have the archway, and we have the chimney breast and fireplace. So that is quite a lot of space that is taken up. I also added 10% on because you usually do that for wastage. And if I have a couple of packs left, that's absolutely fine, because what that means is that if this floor gets damaged in any way, or for example, me and my plumber were discussing, obviously this radiator burst, what happens if that radiator bursts too? So yeah, laminate does not come up very easily without damaging it. So, you know, like I say, if I've got a couple of packs left, and anything happens in here and bits of it need replacing, that's fine, that's really not a problem. I'll probably leave them up in the loft, on the rafters, and also leave any paint up there that's left over. And then it's just here if ever it is needed. So yeah, I'm gonna call it a night here. Like I said, I'm meeting the letting agent down here tomorrow night, and I'll probably get a bit more done. Hello, so it's now Thursday, and the letting agent that I've asked to value it has just left. It's a really positive meeting. Happy with what she had to say about the place. She sang the house's praises and the work that we put into it, which is really nice to hear. Makes me feel validated, obviously, everything that I've done here. So that's brilliant. Got a couple more coming to see it next week, just because I want to make sure that getting the right people to market it for me, and getting a fair valuation, because don't want to either overprice it or underprice it, do I? Just want it to be right. So yes, gonna get changed and crack on with some more flooring, so prepare yourself for another time lapse. So I'd say that we are 80% done now. I've stopped because I don't want to continue using the saw inside. It was in my way. I've had to move it onto the flooring. It was sat on the chipboard before, and I'm not going to start covering all the floor, the new floor, in sawdust. So I've done as much as I can without cutting anything else for now. And tomorrow I can finish it off and we can start looking at getting some skirting boards back on, which is brilliant. I've done another coat of paint next to the radiator. I might do one just before I leave now because I think it's more or less dried already. It's been an hour or so. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. It looks as good as I hoped it would do. And the bulk of it hasn't been too bad to get down once I got the sort of tricky bits sorted. So, as usual, I'll do a quick pan through, but the saw is in the way. So I'm actually starting from the front door to show you what it'll look like as you walk in. And here we are. Da, 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 da. There's the saw. So yeah, as you can see, got that bit left to do in here. That should be nice and easy. And then in the front room, just got the alcoves and around the chimney breast to do, which will be a little bit more tricky, but it is square, so, you know, not too terrible. And the nice thing is that this plank should fit and skim just past that radiator pipe without having to cut it. That pleases me probably a little bit more than it should do. I did cut this a little bit short. I obviously wanted it closer to that pipe. So I have got a couple of little bits here that I might try and fill back in. That is actually the piece that came from in there. So I could always take a little bit off there and put it in. I don't think you'd notice. But yeah, overall, really chuffed. And it's not too late tonight. It's only 7:25, so I can go home and have some dinner at a relatively normal time. Hello, so it's now Saturday. No, it's not, it's Friday. Obviously, extra day, it's the bank holiday. I had a nice lie-in, so it's gone 12 and I've only just got down here, but I'm fine with that because I really needed the sleep. And I had a nice chilled cup of tea on the sofa, watching some YouTube before I left the house. So anyway, I've just got down here. I've moved the saw outside, tidied a few things up, realised that the offcuts of the underlay will make brilliant eBay packaging, so I'm not going to bin those. And yeah, this room looks massive now. So here we go. It's nice to be able to show you it properly in daylight. You can see the tones of the floor better. It's a really cool toned oak, as I've already said. So yeah, there's a lot more space now that the saw is not in here. So I've got my little setup outside. We've got the cardboard there, plastic goes in there, and then I'll bin all that at the end. And then the table saw, and then I've set up the workbench with a jigsaw. So we're all ready to go. And like I said, and I've shown you, we've just got that last slither the whole way down there to do. So let's get cracking. It's time to lay the final piece, so I thought I'd film it rather than doing it on time lapse. Let's hope that this actually fits. Yep. Nice and tight in there. There we go. There we have the laminate floor. I'm really chuffed with it. I'm really happy. The bit around the fireplace was so tricky because of the lip on the hearth. So the marble top, the lip sticks out about that much. And you can't get the flooring past it. So I've had to cut it a bit short of that. And therefore I'm gonna have to put some beading around it. It won't just silicone in. I'll show you that. So, because I don't think I've explained that very well. But yeah, because of this lip, that was already chipped, so I didn't chip that. When you're putting these pieces in to try and get them down, they were catching on this. So as you can see, there's quite a gap there that I was hoping I could just silicone, but it's a bit big, so I'm gonna have to bead it. So the floor is fully finished now. Obviously laid the last piece in here, but I still had a couple of bits to do in the hallway. They're done now. I've had a really good tidy up. I've hoovered around. These two rooms are almost completely clear. So I'll show you what it looks like from the front door coming the whole way through. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with it. I'll show you tomorrow in better lighting because it's now 7:45, so obviously it's not very light anymore and it looks completely different with natural daylight and sunlight compared to artificial lighting that we currently have on. But that means that tomorrow we can crack on with getting the skirting boards back on. Today my dad came down and finished the last little bit on the fence, sorted out the final socket at the back of the kitchen, and has started to prep to put the kitchen blind up, and has also done the silicone around the bathroom sink. So lots of fiddly little jobs, but we're really getting close now. Hello, it's now Saturday. I've just been to B&Q and bought the trim to go around the fireplace and the stairs and a threshold, and got a couple of thresholds that my dad had at home that should work as well. And also, yeah, the pipe covers, so they go around the pipes of the radiator and just tidy that up. So I'm going to start off by working out which skirting board goes where, because the first job is to get the skirting boards back on. My dad's going to join me down here soon. Hello, it's now Sunday. I never updated you when I left yesterday, so we managed to get all the skirting boards back on. My dad's been down here this morning and has caulked around all the edges of them. And I've come down to do some filling and a bit of painting to touch them up. But yeah, it's looking really good. So here we are in the hallway. I need to give the step another coat of paint, and there's obviously the screw holes that I need to fill and then paint over. But this is the hallway. I'm going to silicone that edge round there, and we've got the new threshold in because that was quite a big gap. Ended up using the grip fill that we used to attach some of the skirting with to stick that down. But yeah, here we are, all the skirting board on, and I've tapes down here. So this skirting board needs painting obviously, and then caulking once it's painted, and all around here. So yeah, it's looking so much better. There is a bit of a level difference in the floor in this room, in this corner, so we need to do something about the gap underneath that skirting board, but we'll sort it. And then got the beading to do around there still. So I'm going to do the painting and caulking today. I'm thinking as well I might get the wall painted outside with the masonry paint. And then tomorrow we're going to do the beading and get the doors back on. So yeah, it's literally like finishing touches now. Feels strange to be saying that. It's nice. It's good. That I've been thinking about this sort of moment for a while now, and it's finally here. Later than I anticipated. You know, I'd originally said I wanted the house done by January, and it's now start of Feb. Just putting the heating on because it's cold. Start of Feb, start of April. But yeah, it's almost there. So yeah, I'm gonna crack on. And then I might do it, if I paint a garden wall, I might do a time lapse of that, but with regard to filling holes and that, it's awkward, so I'll just shoot when it's done. Hello, so it's now Monday. Yesterday, what did I even get done yesterday? The skirting boards are back on, weren't they? Dad had come and done a load of caulking and filling. I did some painting and some more caulking, and that was it really. Today, we've finished off caulking round all of them, filling them, and also gone round and done all of the silicone around the bottom of the skirting boards. So we caulked around the top where there were gaps, and silicone around the bottom, because at the top that's not going to move, but at the bottom, if the floor moves at all, you need a bit of stretch, and caulking will just crack, whereas silicone moves with it. We've also done the beading in the areas that were too big to caulk or silicone. Done some paint touch-ups, got the doors all trimmed and put back on. Dad has got the gate made and put on out back, and cleared out the vast majority of the stuff in the house, so all the big tools have gone now because we just don't need them anymore. So effectively now I'm just waiting for everything to dry, and then I'm going to come back down one night this week probably and start cleaning and doing some more paint touch-ups, because there's already things that I've noticed, but I just think for now, because I've got all the silicone and caulk drying, might as well just leave that to dry fully before I start painting near it to avoid risking messing it up by clipping it with a paintbrush or whatever. So what I thought I'd do, now that the house is effectively basically done besides a good clean and a few paint touch-ups, is give you a full walkthrough of the whole house to show you what it's looking like now. And if you want, feel free to go back and watch the tour when I'd first bought it, so you can see the difference. I'm hoping to make a bit of a video. I'm obviously going to do a full finished house tour when it's all clean and perfect. But what I'd also quite like to do is make a video showing the process from start to finish. But yeah, let me turn the camera around, I'll start at the front door and we'll work our way through the house. So here's the entrance hall. As you can see, the skirting's on properly. It's all caulked and siliconed. The cupboard doors, all with the handles on. And this door is back on, which was not there before, as well as this door here. Got the threshold all sorted. Got the original lock back on. I gave the fireplace another coat of paint as well because you could see the wood through it still slightly. And here is where we've got the bidet going round. And then that's all clear now. This cupboard, it all just needs a really good clean. This bottom cupboard's scary. Could do with a paint really, but it's empty at least, and I've hoovered it out. So yeah, all ready to go. And this door's back on. I want to paint this edge of it. We had to trim that one. No, we didn't actually. That one, it was a case of messing with the hinges until it would actually close properly. You can see where I need to paint again because that's what we thought we were going to have to trim off it. Then we just adjusted the hinges and actually it was enough. And here we have the kitchen. This is the bit which is still a storage area. However, it's a lot clearer than it was. So that there is a space where the fridge will go. And under there is where the washing machine would go. And then I don't think you've seen inside the boiler cupboard with it all properly empty and a light down here. So there we go. So you've got the boiler. So this will be like a utility cupboard. So loads of space for your hoover and your mop bucket and whatnot. And then if I move the bucket of tools and the bin, this, I'm not sure if I've ever shown you in here, is a massive pantry cupboard, and it's got, I need to put the shelves back in, they've been taken out at some stage for whatever reason. But yeah, it's a massive pantry cupboard. And then I'll take you upstairs. Oh, I don't know if I showed you, my dad got the blind put up in here as well. So let's go upstairs. The beautiful wool carpet. I mean, you've seen up here before, but I thought I'd just encompass the whole thing. So obviously the doors all sanded back. Yeah, besides a clean, it's all good to go. And second bedroom. It's just completely different to how it was. If you remember, this room was bright fuchsia pink and blue and whatnot, all striped with the dark mahogany woodwork. And this whole hallway was just filled with dark mahogany woodwork and magnolia walls. And this was all magnolia and mahogany too. I think the fireplace is the only thing in the house that hasn't been painted or sanded. That's exactly as it was the day I bought it, besides the dust. So it's just, doesn't need anything doing to it, because it's a really nice period feature. And yeah, the useless little wardrobe. You can't get much in there. But the nice thing about this bedroom is, there's actually enough space there to get a double bed with bedside tables either side of it there. And then you're left with that entire wall to put wardrobes on if you wanted to. Obviously, if you didn't want to do that, you could have your bed on that wall. You'd have a bit more space to get around it. But, yeah. And then I'll quickly take you back downstairs. And we'll go outside and you can see what it's looking like now that the gate is on. So here we are. Now the backyard's fully enclosed. Looks so much bigger. And then we've just got a little bolt. The gate opens outwards. So we put the pretty side facing into the yard because I figured what's the point in having the pretty side facing out when you're not going to be able to appreciate it because no one's ever in the alleyway. So we are there besides cleaning and a bit of paint, well, a tiny bit of paint, just a few little touch-ups, the house is done. Tools are gone. It's been 7 months of work, and I think I'm still processing that it's actually happened, because it still feels a bit surreal. It still feels weird that I technically own this place, you know, and I'm still not really used to that. It'd also be weird not coming here anymore, and also not being able to come here because someone else will be living here. So I'm just trying to soak it all up before I have to let go of it. But it will be a while yet, because obviously it's got to go on the market and then find a tenant, and then obviously they'll have to give notice on wherever they are to move into this place. But it's all just a little bit surreal. I don't really know how else to put it, so I'll leave it here. This will probably be the end of the last renovation vlog. I'll do a fully finished house tour when it's all clean and looking pristine, so watch out for that, because that will be coming up shortly. Thank you so much for watching. If you've been with me since the start, then cheers. I hope you've enjoyed the videos. Thank you everyone for all the support that you've given me with the troubles that we've had along the way. It's not been a smooth ride. And yeah, I've really enjoyed documenting it. Who knows, there might be another one day. Certainly won't be for a few years. I'm going to be glad to have my weekends back and be able to chill a bit. So yeah, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you all again soon with another video.